Hello and welcome. Silrace here to announce an end to the Starfield Let's Play on this Let's Play YouTube channel of mine. Now, if you have paid attention, I started a Starfield Let's Play and I did some episodes of it and whatnot. I had quite a bit of fun with it and so on, and I had to put a little bit of an pause to it because of time constraints. But when I got back to a schedule where basically I suddenly had free time that I could actually put into recording Starfield as well, I gave serious thought to it and I decided I am going to not continue Starfield Let's Play here. And I'm going to explain why. Starfield feels empty. That's, it's a Bethesda game, and how I treat Bethesda game, how I have treated them since Morrowind and Fallout 3, since I saw what those games were about, basically. It's a massive open world where the actual main storyline in any of them has not interested me one bit. The only one where I have actually finished the main storyline out of Bethesda games was Fallout 4, and I did that basically because because I wanted to for a Let's Play. Other than that, I have put in a whole lot of hours into stuff like Skyrim and Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I have never finished the main story on any of those. I have explored the world in them a lot. I have enjoyed the world in them quite a bit, and so on. And the same is true with how I approach Starfield. So far from what I have seen and from what I have gotten out of the game, the main story feels very bland, at least to start off with and whatnot. I had no interest in it whatsoever starting it out. However, I had interest in exploring the galaxy. But the galaxy is even more or feels even more empty than Skyrim or one of these other games does from time to time. And I put it down to the whole the procedural generation of stuff, in the sense that if I were to think of it like this, I can land anywhere on the planet and it gives me random locations, essentially, to just start running towards. And those random locations are whatever. Most of them, the ones I have been to so far, have not been interesting. It's like either so far it's been like a random cave with a little bit of mining and loot, or something filled with bad guys to shoot. And that's basically the gist of it. If all the planets were built in such a fashion that there would be like 2 to 3, anywhere from like 1 to 3 actual locations you can land on, and every single one of them would be handcrafted to always be the same, but they would have their own tiny little story and so on. Think of all the barrows in Skyrim, for example. Every single one of them is a little different from the others. Like, they feel the same, they look a little bit the same when you get in them, they have the same, Skyrim door as it is dubbed, and so on. However, all of them have a little bit different story to them. If you look through them, all of them have a little bit different things going on. Whereas in Starfield, you can run into the same exact base layout with the same exact enemies within an hour, and that gets really annoying to me really quickly, or already did get really annoying really quickly. Now that's the one thing which is like, okay, I could possibly handle that. What I cannot handle is excessive menus and loading screens, because this is just poor game design, at least to my mind. I am playing a PC game here, on PC. Now, granted, you have Starfield on consoles and whatnot, but the user interface setup on PC feels like it's purely just taken okay, we make it for a console, and then we take the console version and give that to the PC. PC games for a long time now, like decades now, you have been able to open multiple things at the same time. Even Diablo games allowed, way back when already, allowed you to open inventory and your character stats screen at the same time on your screen, right? Old games like, well, when World of Warcraft released, you could do that. The point being that there is a lot of menu usage in this game, which is, I cannot open multiple menus at once and fiddle around with all of them. I have to go from one menu to the next, to the next, to the next, and only have basically one of them open at a given time. Not to mention that all the fast traveling between places is essentially done with a menu, which means I am fiddling with menus like multiple times every freaking hour. I am fiddling with menus. I would like to be playing the game. I don't like to be fiddling with menus. And the other thing is all the loading screens. Holy moly, because you travel between systems or planets all the time. The amount of loading screens you essentially go through to go from one place to another place, especially if you are on a planet, you go and travel to a planet you have not discovered, you have to get out of the planet, and you have to travel to the planet, and you have to, on the planet, land on the planet, and suddenly you are looking at 3 to 4 loading screens just to get one thing done. Or if you don't have enough jump distance, you may have to stop by some other place or two on the way there, and suddenly you are looking even more loading screens and menu clicking to get there. And that annoys the heck out of me. And so Starfield is not gonna continue. Like, I could see myself having fun if I finally figure out. I could look this up online, obviously, but I don't like to do that. I like to learn the games as I play them. If I could finally figure out what the pirate faction is and join them, and I could go and hunt some ships and whatnot, then I could see that being fun. The ship combat is not exactly enjoyable, and again, there is also the Bethesda issues of like some of the keybinds being absolutely obnoxious. Like, it is much better than Fallout 4 had. However, it still has issues. Like, there are some keys that I apparently can only rebind using a text file again. You know, the actual text file where all the keybinds are. Which is really silly, considering this is, again, on PC, where I should be able to change all the settings in the game itself. Anyway, enough rambling, enough ranting about Starfield. Let me just say that it is over. Starfield is not going to continue unless down the line there is going to be some massive patch which fixes a lot of this stuff that I am annoyed with. So we will see. I am not going to say never again, but I am definitely not playing Starfield anytime soon. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you folks with the games that I actually play, because, you know, they are still going to continue here. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to this ramble and watching.